tell us you started here. Hi Moses.
Hello.
So my name is Rachel. I'm from the Spectrum Special Uganda. I'm Moses' auntie. I used to look after Moses when he was in Sunday school. He was still a little boy, and he won my heart. You know, I've loved Moses from when he was a baby. His mom knows that. He's always been my favorite. I think people used to say it, but I would treat him different because he was just my favorite. He's always been my favorite, and I'm just inspired by his journey. Recently, Moses ran for, was it Young Mayor of Lewisham? What got you into running for that? What led you to that? Did you want to run for that before, or you just saw it and you're just like, okay, I'm interested?
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I was interested in that young advisors team.
Yeah. Oh, amazing! Because that, when I saw that, and when your mom was putting out the post, we should vote for you. I was really proud of you. I was really proud of you, seeing your journey and how you got to that. What motivated you to do that? What led you to that? Was it your parents? Was it the church community? Your friends at school? Or did you just wake up one day and you're just like, oh, I want to be a mayor?
I didn't know that, but God had a plan for me. I wanted to be a mayor.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And I want you to know, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of your journey. I'm so proud of the young man that you've become. And I'm so proud that other young men can look at you, other young boys can look at you, young girls can look at you and see that, I can achieve whatever I want to do.
Exactly.
I can achieve it. Do you mind if I ask Mummy a few questions?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So I'm just going to let Mummy introduce herself and then we'll go from there.
Anyway, I'm Dr. Olivia Winner. Happy to be here, happy to be inspired by Rachel and whatever she's doing. I'm Moses' mom. He's my firstborn, 17-year-old.
Yeah, wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, being Moses' mom, how has your journey been like, from when he was a young boy to him, running for mayor? How has that grown, or how has it, changed in any way? The way you look at him now, did you think back then, 10 years ago, he would run for mayor?
So 10 years ago, I didn't know that he would run for mayor.
Yeah.
But having said that, I have a Christian background. I'm a child of God and I have very strong faith. So I knew that at some point Moses would become something one day. In the beginning, I had some doubts, as parents, and I was in denial. Didn't want to know that he's on the spectrum. But when I decided that, he's on the spectrum, I worked with Moses. We worked together as a team, as parents and the dad and the other teams. A lot of multidisciplinary teams who are around his growing and his growth, You cannot do it alone, but sometimes you get advice from different people, the church, the community, people, the same cause. They used to tell me that, Moses needs help. He needs this, he needs that. And we, obviously, we did it, and Moses decided that he wanted to look after young people. He wanted to, not babies, but he was so interested in young people, the youth and all that. And when I saw this going running, because I had a friend in the travel team who taught him how to travel and all that, so Moses started going on the trains, on the buses alone, to gain his independence. When I gained the independence, then there was this opportunity. Because as long as these children understand, although it takes a while, but they get an understanding, but when they understand, it took a while for him to go on the trains, on the buses, but when he got there, started traveling, then the opportunities, it opened doors. So whenever they get independence, whenever there is anything to get this independence, it opens doors, it opened his doors. Then he could run for young mayor, because this thing needs when you travel alone, when you can go, when you can stand for yourself, when you can speak up, for the votes and all that. Because obviously I wouldn't, speak on his behalf in schools, so I started going to different schools to speak about why he wants to be. And few conversations, few statements, but he made it. So this woman from the Young Advisors team is the one who encouraged me that Moses has got a lot of potential. And I used to see it, but sometimes you're like, has it got potential? But even with God, everything is possible. Like Moses is very, very staunch Christian and he believes God, So with that faith of Moses, we joined faith together. I asked him, do you want it? Do you want to stand? He said, I want to stand. And see, you never know, God will make a way. So this is what happened. went in, voted for Young Mayor. I started speaking, I started walking, public transport everywhere, doing things, and he's grown from a little boy to a young man, you know, both spiritually, physically, intellectually. I've seen him grow. Physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, mentally. He's grown in all those aspects of life, and this has really developed Moses. I'm so proud of you, Moses, and he's still growing, and you're still achieving other things.
I do remember back in Sunday school, I would always come and tell you, oh, Moses has done this, and you know, you used to be so emotional because, you know, I think in that moment you could see that, okay, he's really trying, and you know, you didn't know how far he could go, and I'm really happy about that because with my son Zachary come. You know, the feelings that you've expressed is the feelings that, you know, I always express with Zachary, you know, because I'm like, is he going to achieve this? But watching Moses achieve all this, I'm really, really happy that, you know, I can also push my son to go, you know, to those limits and, you know, to push past those limits and, you know, to go to higher heights. Also, what message would you have for parents out there who are on this journey, you know, on the spectrum journey, and who think that their child is not going to be able to achieve this or that? What message can you give them?
So the message I can give them is that just be patient, because these children develop very slowly sometimes. Anyway, every child is different. I can't compare. Your child may not be like my child. Some people achieve more and more quicker than some. But all I need is that patience. You need patience, and you to find the right facilities and the right skills for them and the right space. Because I remember Moses spoke at the age of 7. He wasn't speaking, he was in church watching children speak, you know, talking, laughing, and he was like so bothered about it, but not concerned. But I was so worried. And the other thing, be prayerful as well, you know, because God will never fail anything. The Bible says the impossible with man is possible with God, you know. We prayed for him, we did a lot of prayers. So don't be worried, and don't compare. Don't compare your child with anyone else, you know, and don't say that they are different. They are not different. It's because of the possessing, you know, the possessing of the information may be, you know, slower, but they will get there. And every child has what they will be in the future. It doesn't matter whether they are autistic, whether they are on the spectrum, whether they are severe, whether they have severe needs or special needs, it doesn't matter, but they will get there. And don't say that, oh, they are disabled, they can't do anything, they can achieve. Everyone will have something, that specific area or aspect that they will achieve. So first of all, don't be worried. Secondly, believe God, trust in God. Don't give up on your child. See where they can achieve, and then work in that area, develop that area, and then they will achieve by God's grace. Because I see Moses has achieved, is going far. Right now he's in Lusha, he's with the young advisors. The Lusha mayor is with him all the time. He knows him. Even when we go to Lusha, the mayor always speaks to us, tells me how is Moses. She's the only one. Even when she's having speeches, she will speak about Moses. Moses is favored and all that. So don't give up. Wherever you are, the woman out there, God is on your side. You are not alone. There are other people you can rely on. There are a lot of, you know, facilities that people are developing, that they are talking about autism, they are talking about a lot of things. Don't be in denial. The other thing is, if you stay in denial from when the child is young, you won't get help. Because you think that my boy is just slow, especially in African communities. Some people think that children behave like that. But sometimes there is a spectrum, but things will work out, will work out definitely. Because I see Moses has come from far, Zachary's come from far, is going far, and all other children will develop at some point.
Thank you so much, Dr. Olivia, for speaking to us and giving all the encouragement to the parents out there. So it's you know, your child, don't limit your child, you know, thinking he can't achieve. Your child can achieve. Moses is a very good example as to, you know, when we push our children to be the best they can be, and they really can't, even when they're on the spectrum, it is okay. Don't limit your child because you think he's on the spectrum, you know, they cannot do this, they cannot do that. They really can do it. You know, you just need the patience. You just have to be patient with them. Take your time, you know, with them. It is okay. Even if they're still behind, it's fine. At some point they will catch up and even surpass those people that, you know, we think that, you know, they are higher than them. But they might go past that and really achieve greater heights. So thank you, Dr. Olivia, for speaking.
You're welcome. And there are a lot of people that we have seen who are experienced, but when they are on the spectrum,
Yeah.
who have a lot of things. There is one specific thing. God has to show you that my child is good at that. Then work in that area and develop that. And then they will blossom in that. You know, they will go higher, in higher heights in that specific position. So don't worry, don't be worried. You are not alone.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.